Hey everybody, it's Mike.
And it's Ryan.
Welcome to the Conversations podcast. We're going to have something pretty exciting today. Very popular scent, a little bit of a polarizing scent. Some people say it's overused and outdated.
And some like me love it.
Yeah.
I brought notes.
Let's hear how many notes you've got, Ryan. So give us a little rustle of the papers there.
Here.
That's a lot of notes.
It's one piece of paper folded.
Yeah, I see 2 bullet points over there.
It's
okay.
Good.
Before we get into this secret fragrance of the day that you don't know unless you read the name of the podcast.
Then you'll know.
Before we do that, let's hear back at what happened in the last episode.
Last week on Conversations.
Welcome to the Space Jam. The Space Jam. Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, wanted to talk to you. Is it okay to come and maybe chat with you for a second?
Yeah, I guess. Go ahead. You kind of showed your ass, but whatever.
Look, I just wanted to tell you, I'm sorry about yesterday. Sorry for telling you to kiss my fucking ass. And I'm also sorry for flinging shit at your truck on the way out.
Yeah, that was a little shitty.
I don't know, man. You know how I am, man. I'm just emotional, dude. A lot of pressure with this podcast. You know, I know we're trying to do a bunch of colognes, but I mean, you know me, man. I only have one cologne, dude. That's all I fucking know, man.
Look, here's the deal. Colognes are important. We know that.
Yeah.
They encourage self-esteem and they give you confidence. We can't just be balling in some shitty podcast. We got to take it serious. So,
cool, man.
you know, look, you got one, that's great. I brought something special today that I think people are going to like, but if you're going to get heated and upset every time I question whether or not your limited taste can handle it, then maybe you do need to not be a part of this.
Maybe I don't then, Mike. I try to come in here and just give you a heartfelt apology, man. I put my fucking shit on the table here to tell you that I'm fucking sorry about being a goddamn asshole. But you can't just accept the fucking apology.
Well, when are you going to not be an asshole? Just okay, apologize and it's over?
Hey, fuck off again, man.
What? How was that, huh?
That's definitely an improvement over the last episode.
There we go. We're really making our way here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So last episode we covered Michael Jordan by Michael Jordan.
Yes, it was a tender spot of my youth to where I had never had it before.
Yes.
And so I finally mustered up the $16.99 to grab it. And we tried it. So without further ado, let's get into our one-night stand review of Michael Jordan's Michael Jordan.
Yeah. One night stand review.
All right, Ryan, after spending the night with Michael Jordan, what were your impressions?
You know, I called you. I got in the car and it was kind of heated in the car, and I knew that scent was going to be one of those that kind of performs a little bit better out in the sun.
Right.
And it definitely did. I will say, towards the end of the day, it's a really pleasant smell.
Yeah.
But it's very, very vague towards the end. Like you have to be like right up on it.
Yeah.
But what you do smell does smell good. So I would say, you know, if you're probably wearing it close to the missus or mister, whatever,
Right.
they'd probably like it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that I guess I've noticed with the cleaner fragrances is you probably get whatever, maybe a couple of hours of like projection, and then it becomes like the close body scent that it's there, it smells good, smells clean. Michael Jordan's is like 30 minutes of projection.
Yeah.
But then after that, it is like a close body smell for my experience, probably 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
And it smells clean. I was saying the last episode, it reminded me of bubble bath. Maybe not like the fruity, grapey bubble bath, you know, for kids, but it definitely just reminded me of like a clean, soapy smell after like the muskiness, like of the original spray cooled down, you know.
Oh yeah, I agree. For me, it was definitely really, really soft. Like I said, I could barely smell it, but what I could smelled good. And I'd imagine if you're, you know, cuddled up on a couch or something with somebody, they'd probably smell it. Other than that, like you said, it doesn't linger. You're not walking by somebody and catching somebody's eye with it.
Yeah, maybe it is good for kids because it's like the muskiness wears down like on the 45-minute bus ride to school or whatever. And then by the time you get it all day, you just smell like you're a clean kid, you know?
Yeah, that's a good...
So maybe as the 8 or 9-year-old that missed out on this, I could have been smelling cleaner at school by just having a little MJ by MJ, you know?
Well, there you go. That's our one night stand review.
After spending a night with Michael Jordan, we said it's nice, but it leaves a little lacking in performance. Sorry.
And I took a... yeah.
Okay, Ryan, what do you got for us today?
All right. Today we have a very special...
Ooh.
I would say cologne, but it's a perfume. Okay.
Ooh.
So this is...
Those are good.
They are good. They're a little bit stronger. Don't have to put as much on, but I still pretty much bathe myself in them whenever I do it.
Sure.
And I can say without a doubt that every time I have worn this, I get some type of compliment.
Yeah.
I even commented to you. I called you from the grocery store. I was with my wife shopping, and I went and got some deli meat. And of course, we're in the middle still of a pandemic, and we're all wearing masks. The person on the other side of the deli, they're wearing a mask, and they served my order, whatever. They chopped some beef for me.
Right.
And the lady's literally wearing a mask, and she said, "Is that your cologne that you're wearing?" I said, "Well, I don't know." I was just trying to play it off.
You were playing the humble card, but really you were like,
I was like, hell
yeah.
I was like, "You damn right." No.
Yeah.
But so she asked me if it was, I said, it may be, I don't know. She goes, "You smell amazing." And luckily my wife wasn't there.
Right.
She probably would have been mad. But
She'd be like, "You'll never wear that again."
yeah. She did say it was amazing. I said, "Thank you." She said, no, seriously, you smell amazing.
Yeah.
So I immediately called you, gloated about it.
Yeah. To which I said, "Nobody told me I smell amazing today."
But the cologne or perfume that is landing me these compliments is none other than Giorgio Armani Acqua Di Gio Profumo.
Ooh. That's what I'm talking about. Well, bust that puppy out. Let's get some spritzes going.
You know what? I've had enough of it. I'll get it here in a second. I'll let you start off.
Okay, here we go. Matte black box. It's got the mirrored looking, what do they call it? It's not embossed, but when it's raised. What is that?
Probably just raised. I don't know another word for it.
Yeah. But either way, there is a texture. I mean, it's a very high-end filling box. First of all, how much is it for this?
That is the 4.3, I think. Mm-hmm. Yes. So this is $165.
Okay. So it feels like it.
Yes.
I mean, and it's got a really nice bottle, too. It's got the magnetic cap.
I love magnetic caps.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to give it a couple on each arm. Boom, boom. Then give me one on each side of the neck.
Yeah, lace up on it.
Here we go. It's expensive. It's Ryan's. I'm going to use as much as possible.
Oh, man. Just a projection from there, man.
All right, I've got a little story about this scent as well because I'm kind of new to it.
Okay, go ahead.
Ryan was saying how I went to a deli meat and was grabbing my meat and then a girl was like, "It smelled good." All right, well, here's another situation. Me and Ryan are out. We went to Sam's Club and I didn't have a Sam's card, so I was piggybacking off of him. Went in, we got our groceries, and then on the way out, there's a lady that checks your receipt or whatever, and so you go first and she does yours, and then as she's walking up to me, she goes, "Look, I don't know whose cologne this is, but it smells incredible." And my reaction was to go, "I'm pretty sure it's mine, lady." Okay. But I was wearing one of those clones that I bought, the copycat ones from Dossier, so I already know it was disappeared by then. And sure enough, I asked Ryan later, and he was wearing this cologne. So, I mean, I've witnessed it. It garners compliments.
It definitely does. It just lands the compliments over and over. And what's funny is that, this is a continuation of just the original Giorgio Armani Acqua Di Gio, the alcohol-based one. That was started in 96. And I can remember when I used to wear that back in the day, I got compliments from that all the time. And this is the same smell, to my knowledge. It smells identical, but it is a little bit stronger and it projects. Right. Like as soon as you spray it on, he's probably a good 2 or 3 feet from me, but as soon as you spray it on, like it's an aura. You're wearing this. When you walk somewhere, people are going to smell this cologne, but it's not, there's no real must to it. There's nothing burning your nostrils. It's a very clean, crisp smell when you walk by somebody.
Yeah. Immediately what I think of is the cool down on a Ventus.
That's They are kind of similar.
I'm not saying it's exact, but I mean, I get that vibe.
Yes.
You know, it smells great. It's super masculine.
Yes. It is definitely masculine.
I don't know if I've been kind of teetering into more unisex type scents because I do prefer a sweeter smell.
Yeah.
Or at least that's kind of what I've been into. But the more I'm around you, you like these really punchy, super manly type smells.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're compensating or what, but either way, because I've been exposed to them more, I am becoming a little bit more, like I feel like I'm feeling the gravitational pull to a more strong masculine smell. And this is definitely one of those.
Definitely. And I'll just go ahead and read like the notes on it and stuff. So the top notes, they say, are bergamot, and then also C notes. So break out your hundreds for it, because you're going to have to break out one or two to
Cha-ching.
get it. But apparently, I don't really know what that is. And like you were saying, it probably does tie to the name. I don't know if it's some type of watery based thing, or it's supposed to be a watery smell.
Yeah.
But that's the top note. Middle notes are rosemary, sage, and oh man, I didn't write that down good. I can't read that one.
I'm going to see if I can get this. Which one?
Good luck.
Oh, yeah, I can't read that either. Oh, well, whatever.
Anyway, sage, rosemary.
I don't smell it anyways.
But I will say the base notes, I smell the middle note. I smell the bergamot and the C notes, apparently. Sure. But the base notes being incense and patchouli, I definitely smell that.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's really a simple cologne. When you break it down, it's like 5 or 6 just little things put together, but they're done so well. And like I said, it's not an overbearing smell to me.
Right.
It is strong, like it projects strong, but it's not overbearing to the senses to me.
Right. Like there is a pepperiness to it, but I think that is from the bergamot. Like to me, bergamot smells like citrus and pepper together, you know, but there are some fragrances that incorporate pink pepper and stuff like that. But as far as this goes, like it does have that pepperiness, which is where I kind of go like, yeah, this is ultra masculine whenever it has like a strong peppery note.
Yeah.
And it has that, but it is, I mean, it's smooth. You can tell like there are cheaper versions of this type of smell, but they don't have such like a smooth quality to them to where it is a little over the top. It's like when your uncle gives you a hug and you're like kind of like, you know, that's what it reminds me of. But this is very smooth.
I don't know if you're choking on smells or hamburger meat or something over there.
But probably a little bit of both, especially in the 80s. You know?
So I have to say, and this came out in 2015.
Right.
And like I said, this is a continuation of the original Acqua Di Gio, which came out in 96.
Yeah.
Which we all know, Giorgio Armani, fashion designer. I'm not into fashion. I'm a simple man. But he does make some wonderful cologne here. Checking, like, if we go to, like, what is it, Fragrantica? What's that website?
I think so.
When you go there, they have like almost like a stock market ticker where you can like see if colognes or perfumes are kind of going up and down.
Right. Popularity wise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this one is like off the charts. So since it's been introduced, it's been climbing pretty steeply.
Yeah, so this is another one of those ones like we kind of said with Creed Aventus, like anybody who's reviewing colognes, especially men's fragrances, are going to talk about this one because it's a heavy hitter.
For real.
And I can see why. I mean, it is very nice.
It is.
Super strong. I can tell that I'm going to have performance out of this bad boy all day.
It definitely has some performance, man. It will linger for a good while. My question to you, smelling it on yourself right now.
Yeah.
But who do you think, I know this is what we're going to be asking a lot, but who do you think this is for? What kind of man wears this scent?
Yeah, I definitely lean towards, I'm going to say mature, and I don't mean 50 to 60 year old. I just mean like this is something where if I'm smelling this and imagining the guy wearing it, he's 30s plus or 25, let's say 25-year-old plus, and he's dressed nice.
Yes.
You know what I mean? This is not something that I'm going to slap on before I go to the gym.
No.
You know, this would be something that I'm going to wear out somewhere.
Yes.
So it feels mature in that way.
Somebody in a nice tailored outfit.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely going to enhance the look. I think that's something, too, where it's like when it comes to fashion or what people are wearing, once you get close enough to smell them, does that smell complement what they're wearing?
Exactly.
And this is something that is versatile enough to probably go with something where it's like, whatever, a button-up shirt with a blazer, or you could straight go suit and tie. And it's like, this guy's a badass, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And they're not going to have to get super close to you to see it. You're going to project this when you walk in the room.
Right.
So I think it does match what you're talking about. It's almost like a power move. You put this on with a nice outfit, it's going to just be the knockout combo.
Right.
And people are going to freaking love it. Both men and women are going to be like, man, men are going to want to be with this cologne. You know, be like it. And women are going to want to get with this too. Or be like it. I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm going to put this out here. I'm going to give you my opinion. I'm going to ask yours, and then we'll jump into the final segment.
Okay.
But here's something that I'd like to see, and I'll probably say this about every fragrance that we look at. Something this strong. One thing that I wish, and the question will be, Ryan, what do you feel like this fragrance may be missing? Be thinking about that. Here's what I think. I really wish it had a sweet undernote somewhere. There's so much spice. I really wish there was just a little bit of sweetness, just a hint.
Don't hate me.
I'm not going to hate you any more than I already do.
For me personally, because it is such an iconic smell that I kind of grew up with, and this is like the bigger version of that.
Yeah.
I personally don't think it's missing anything.
Sure.
It's just really well put together. Like I said, it's just a few things meshed together, but for me, this is a perfect smell for me.
Sure.
Out of any cologne we've reviewed in the past, present, later on, this is probably going to be one that I always go back to, that I always am just like, man, this cologne just fits. And maybe it's because it fits me and my personality. But,
sure.
But I couldn't think of anything else too, because I feel like it would offset some of the things that I love right now about it.
Yeah. That's kind of my thing is, and I remember you initially let me try it a few days ago.
Yeah.
And the one thing I knew, because later I went shopping, and on paper, this fragrance, and also on you or someone else, but not on me, I liked it better than I liked wearing it.
Yeah.
I liked smelling it better than I liked actually having it on me. So I think it's just one of those things where I do prefer the sweeter smell. So it's like, I really want to like this. I really want to say, yeah, this could be in the rotation. But because it doesn't have that certain element that is going to make me, and this may sound weird, but make me sniff myself all day and go like, oh, I smell great. You know, because it doesn't have that little bit of sweet undertone at the end. Well, you know what? Let's just get into it. Let's get into our skip it, sample it, or buy it.
Skip it, sample it, buy it.
All right. I'm talking enough, Ryan. It's your turn.
This is, for me, it's a buy it. I would strongly recommend this. Of any cologne that I've ever had so far, I would strongly recommend this cologne to anybody going out there and purchase. I think this is one of those colognes, if you're going to have either one cologne, this would be a strong one to recommend to be like your one cologne if you can only afford that. If you have like a kit of colognes, whether ranging from cheap to expensive, if you want to splurge $150, $160, I would definitely recommend getting this, because I promise you, you're going to get compliments on this cologne. People just really favor it.
Yeah. So for me, because I'm not like Ryan, look, if you're a guy like Ryan, you're following sports teams, you're on Twitter, you're going to wear a Dodgers baseball shirt and a Dallas Cowboy hat.
Hey, I don't want the people to think that. Okay, look, I've got a Cowboys hat on. I represent the Cowboys, but this
They're
shirt,
America's team.
Yeah, this shirt was actually a bargain. I just wanted a cheap shirt to wear, so I do not support the Dodgers.
Well, I'm not sure that he's being honest when it comes to that. But either way, you're a guy who this does remind me, somebody, listening to Barstool Sports or whatever, spraying this bad boy on. Clearly a buy for you because this is your cologne. For me, I would say sample it. If you're a guy like me who's a little bit more in touch with your feminine side, apparently, doesn't care so much for sports, you're, whatever. I don't even know how to profile myself because I'm such a wacky person. But in my case, I would definitely say sample it, but be careful, because the sample, again, whenever I smell it on the paper, whenever I smell it on people around me, I'm like, wow, that smells great. But for some reason, did not care to have it on myself. So I'd say sample it. I know that's non-committal, but I think it's different for each guy.
No, I think so too. And you kind of bring up a good point. Maybe this is whack, but recommending something. Maybe go with a friend to go smell something like this. Besides putting it on a cardstock or yourself, have them smell it, because it is true. Because there's certain things I've smelled you wear that I'm like, oh man, it smells so good.
Right.
And it may be not something I would have normally have worn, or maybe I smelled it on a card and it didn't smell that alluring to me at first.
Sure.
Because smelling it on skin and just not your own and a projection from it, you may like it.
Right. Yeah, and not only that too, but something to consider, honestly, that I'm just now kind of considering, even though we talked about it earlier, was it depends on the outfit too. Mm-hmm. You know, normally, like pretty much my everyday is going to be a solid color V-neck and a pair of pants. Yeah. To me, this is a little more dressy than that. I think there are guys whose personalities can totally get away with this. Yeah. Wearing that, you know. But for me, whenever I'm dressed like that, I tend to go with something with more spice, more sweetness. You know, that is just my personality. Yeah. But if I were to dress up, I might go, hey, Ryan, can I borrow that for a second? You know, just to kind of, you know. Yeah. But so that may depend on it too. But again, personality comes into it. I'm going to say sample it, see what you think, see how it rides on you.
Well, there you go.
There it is. Like, you would try a new tagline out this time?
Spray it up, y'all.
Thanks for listening to the Cologne Versations podcast with Mike and Ryan. Spray it up, y'all.